Hello guys, we are back with yet another ship spotlight from World of Warships. This is brought to you by Metalli.com, and as usual, I, Zettia, will be your host. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to take a look at our first destroyer. The USS Farragut played a large role in the history books. We're going to take a look into that, as well as give you some tips and tricks as how to use it when playing the game. The Farragut. There's so much to say and so little time to say it. She was actually built in 1932 and was the first destroyer in almost 14 years. She was state-of-the-art but had some limitations due to the London Naval Treaty, one of them being her guns. You may notice her front guns have no rear shielding, as well as the rear guns have none at all. This was actually done to make sure that she met weight restrictions. The Farragut saw her first major combat at Pearl Harbor. She was berthed with a number of destroyers. In fact, every destroyer in her class was moored at Pearl Harbor. As Japanese aircraft covered the skies, Ensign James Burham, the senior officer at the time, took matters into his own hands. He put the Farragut underway, cruising down the channel, keeping steady fire on any aircraft above. For his valiant efforts, he was awarded the Bronze Star. During World War II, the Farragut would find herself all over the Pacific. Her duties consisted mostly of screening, escorting, and patrolling. And in the Battle of the Philippines, she was even used for shore bombardment. For service in World War II, she racked up 14 battle stars. Sadly, with the war over, this valiant warhorse was decommissioned and sold for scrap metal. The Farragut has an extremely deep history and took part in a number of battles within World War II. I only have so much time to cover it here, but please, take time, look into it, you'll find out how amazing this ship truly was. Alright guys, let's take a look at gameplay. I'm going to start this segment out with a quote from my friend Porkbutt. Torping stuff is quite possibly one of the most satisfying video game experiences I have ever had. Now, without Porkbutt, this segment wouldn't be what it is. Please leave a like just as a thanks, guys. There always seems to be some debate in this game. Now in the Farragut, you can pick the stock torpedoes. You have a lot larger range, about a kilometer more, or you can pick the next variant up, which is a kilometer less and have more DPS. As you move through the hulls, you will find that you will lose your midship gun for anti-air. Again, another debating point. As a destroyer, you tend to want to keep your anti-air off to reduce your detectability. If you stick with the first hull, you'll miss out on approximately 600 hit points. But you are a destroyer, so most of the time, you melt. I always tend to go with the best hull that I can get myself. There are essentially two ways to play the Farragut. You can either rush or cover friendlies. If you decide to rush, make sure you use the islands for cover. You have to turn off your anti-air. And last but not least, large ships cannot see you if you are more than 5k out. So keep your distance. If you prefer covering friendly ships, then great. You'll be an amazing late game asset. Keep your anti-air on. Use smoke to cover your battleships that are taking long range fire, as well as keep an eye on that mini-map. Watch for destroyers that are threatening your own carriers. The Farragut is an extraordinary ship. I loved playing in it with friends. There's nothing like hunting in a destroyer pack. I would recommend holding on to it so long as you actually have the space within your harbor. Well guys, thanks again for tuning into this edition of Ship Spotlight. I think next time we're going to take a look at one of the most popular cruisers in the game. I'd also like to know what you guys want to see, so let us know in the comments. As always, leave a like, subs never hurt, And for the latest in gaming, news, articles, and entertainment, don't forget to click the link and visit themetania.com. Thanks again, enjoy the grind, and have a great day.